Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tellor Dev Call. Today is Monday, December 16th, and we're off to audit. We're actually getting feedback already, so we'll be busy attending to that through the next few weeks. And with that, maybe Caleb and Spuddy, how's the chain going? We've been running a testnet for the team. How's that going?
At the end of last week, we did an upgrade that had a migration, and we learned now that one of the reasons to use a more powerful machine is for handling these migrations, because two of the ones that I was running, only have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and they were not able to do the migration. They got stuck. So I tried to do it a couple times. I deleted all the extra stuff. It wasn't the storage, it was just like the RAM, I think. But if we're going to keep this chain alive, I can just try to take that whole state and everything and migrate it to a new machine.
Akram?
I was searching for, testing frameworks, see if we can load test submitting values and stuff like that. I'm kind of searching for that. I found something with Comet BFT load test, trying to see what that does. So I'm kind of like trying to search things to do as far as testing the chain more heavily. And then I do have the DVM in the back of my mind. I think we want to include the DVM to be able to query layer reports and see if something is disputable.
The DVM for everybody is the Disputable Values Monitor. Dan?
Yeah, we've got some cool CPI related stuff going on. Other than that, adding more layer tests.
Tim?
So first of all, I'm working on getting my own layer node up and running. I want to be able to do that to test things against the real chain that other people are participating in. And then working on anything that the auditors give us. And then finally working through the CPI research.
Brian?
For the Block Explorer, there's a few things I need to work on. Looks like there's like a WebSocket issue I need to address, and then adding more functionality to the new layer blobs page, as well as digging into the data feed that I'm going to add onto it, which I discussed with Tim, so it doesn't look like we're going to need a new getter for it, so I should be able to make some good progress on that.
And Caleb, you were very quiet.
I was letting Spuddy take the charm there. I'm going to be trying to figure out some Nginx issues, maybe even stop using Nginx and use something else, because tellerlayer.com RPC is having some routing issues. And once I address that, just some testing stuff, trying to figure out the aggregation changes on the Oracle side of things. Just kind of playing around. I might make as many reporters again as I can until we hit the 5% stake limit. And then try to run my script with like 500 reporters instead of 200. See how that goes.
And then Nick.
Working on some articles. If you guys saw, we did post a new job this past week. We put DevRel, looking up kind of the outreach game too. So, somebody to travel, somebody to do outreach, but we want them to be technical. So that's why we put DevRel. You got to know what's going on and
I feel like if you were a developer and you're like, okay, this is boring or not my thing,
right,
and you want to expand into doing more like integrations and outreach, this would be something that would be for you.
Yeah, real life shit posting. That's what this job is. But if you know somebody, reach out. Or if you have ideas for different things that you guys would like to see, we love hearing community feedback on things. We saw a When Marketing guide today, which is always fun.
And the posting is actually, I listed it on LinkedIn for now. So we haven't made a push on Twitter or anywhere else, but if you are interested, go to LinkedIn, go to Tellor. And
yeah, if you're watching the dev calls, you're like way ahead of the game.
Right.
We want you.
All right, and then do we have any questions, Brian?
Yes. Sync came back in the channel and he's asking, can the team share any details on Tellor Layer's tokenomics? My understanding is the team currently receives a portion of newly minted TRB as dev share. Is there a plan to eventually phase this out with Tellor Layer?
So the way that Tellor works, we have like our token address that controls the minting. It just mints a hard-coded number to the team, and then it mints a hard-coded number to the Oracle address. we're not changing that with Tellor Layer. We're actually just changing that portion that goes to the Oracle address on mainnet. That will now go to Tellor Layer. Right now, the distribution of it, it's all on mainnet, and it all has to do with basically it's like a race to see who gets to submit first, and then you get the time-based rewards. It's going to be going over to Layer, and that's going to be sort of more democratized, you could say, split up between validators and reporters. Right now at 25% validators, 75% reporters. But it can change. So like the really cool thing about Layer is like running our own chain. It's much different than like say a smart contract platform where like we can play around and tweak these things a little bit more if like we're giving, if we want to change how some of the distribution is done. As far as like tokenomics and inflation rates and things like that, that's usually what people mean from like a token holder perspective. We're not touching any of that. It's working, and I think people overthink it. So we're trying not to overthink it just because it to us, it's if we can just focus on using the inflationary rewards we have to kind of build the best product, it's kind of where we're going to get the best bang for our buck.
There you have it. Thank you, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you.